From education to taxes, lots of changes coming to our state following this year's regular legislative session. And news this week as well that the nation's first ever religious charter school was approved by an Oklahoma school board. We've got a lot to get to today, so let's welcome in live Oklahoma's Governor Kevin Stitt. Governor Stitt, welcome in. Great to see you.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Always great to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's start first with the news of the week about the nation's first ever religious charter school being approved by an Oklahoma school board. So a lot of legal experts, including our own Attorney General, have said this is unconstitutional. So why is this important for you to fight that?
Well, first off, we just think this is more school choice, and I don't believe the government should get in the way of parents sending the kids to the school of their choice. And so this is a Catholic charter school that came about that said, hey, we want to set up another school in Oklahoma. We think it's a great idea. The United States Supreme Court said you cannot discriminate based on religion if we're going to be funding through a charter school system. So charter school board voted for this. We 100% stand beside it. And again, this is just more school choice. I want to be top 10 in education, and we believe by having more schools, more options, that's a good thing for parents.
How will this play out, though? Because obviously the AG would normally represent the state in a legal challenge, but he's against this. So will we need to bring in someone else to pay for the fight against this? How's this going to work?
Well, who knows? I mean, always you're going to have ACLU and you're going to have these radical groups come in and try to sue states when we're trying to just really put parents in charge of their kids' education. So, again, we'll see how that plays out. I think it's weird to think about. I think the AG is actually supposed to be defending the board, but these are volunteer board members that are voting their conscience of what they think is right for education in Oklahoma. We think it perfectly lines up with what the United States Supreme Court, Chief Justice Roberts wrote the opinion that said you cannot discriminate based on religious schools if a state's going to fund them. So again, we think it perfectly lines up, but this more big picture, this is just more school options. You don't have to send your kids to this school. This is just another option if parents think this is the right place for their kids.
So along those same lines, let's say this opened up the door for maybe another religion, because we're dealing with a Catholic school here in this case. So let's say, I don't know, Judaism, Muslim, if another school decided to go this route, would you still be in support of that as well?
Oh, 100%. If the Jewish community wants to set up a charter school, we've got 80,000 kids right now in Oklahoma going to charter schools. And those are, Santa Fe South is a perfect example. And Oklahomans, I did not realize how big it was. They've got 4,000 kids with 1,000 on the waiting list. People are wanting to make sure they get their kids to the right school that's going to be the right atmosphere and going to get their kids either college ready or career ready. And we're going to become top 10 in education. I have put more money in education over the last 5 years of my administration than we've done for the previous 25 years. We've invested $1.3 billion. I got a great teacher pay raise for teachers this year. So we value education in Oklahoma. This is just another example that we want more options for kids.
This leads me into some questions about the session, because obviously education was a huge topic this session here. School choice tax credit came to be. So let's talk about when you think, though, like a real Oklahoma family making less than $100,000 for their whole family, $75,000 for their whole family. When would a family like that really see the benefits of this new school choice tax credit? And what would those benefits be? Well,
one thing I want Oklahomans to understand is we funded about $800 million more into public education. I gave every teacher across the state a great pay raise between $3,000 to $6,000. We set up another little fund that just said, hey, if for some reason your kid's not performing well, or they're being bullied, or maybe they're getting into the wrong crowd and you need another option, but you can't afford to go to a private school or another maybe charter school, we wanted to give you a tax credit to allow you to do that. So now you've got between $5,000 to $7,500, depending on your income, to take that money and go to another school. I've talked to schools over the last the diocese, for example, they've closed down 12 schools, mostly in rural Oklahoma. They still have the facilities that they believe they're going to be able to open back up to give more options. There was a school in McAlester, Oklahoma that closed some time ago that they believe they're going to be open back up now, because now these kids have between $500 to $7,500 to be able to pay for that tuition. And so it's a game changer for a lot of families. It's just going to unlock more options. Again, we've got a lot of great public schools in Oklahoma. We got a lot of great charter schools in Oklahoma. This is just more options for parents. It's all it is. Other states are doing this.
Huge thing about the session this year, also tax cuts, the budget. I think we had talked before the session, you and I, or someone here on our station as well. And one of the big things for you was the grocery tax cut and also state income tax. So let's talk about those things not happening. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, again, that was super disappointing not getting tax cuts done for Oklahomans because inflation is really still hurting a lot of families. And so we had a $6.2 billion savings account, plus we had a $1 billion surplus. We absolutely needed to do a tax cut, and I was very disappointed that we couldn't get that across the finish line. I'm considering doing a special session to bring people back to say, listen, give this money back to the taxpayers. So somebody's got to be advocating for them and for working moms and dads, because the money doesn't disappear. It just stays in their pockets to spend how they want. I believe that parents know how to spend their money better than the government does. So let's not create more government programs. Let's give that back to the people.
Yeah, because I was wondering, maybe people thinking, are we going to have to wait another year to see some relief?
Hey, I called them in for a special session last year.
Right.
I'm thinking about doing it again this year.
Okay.
You need to call your senator. The House passed everything, pushed it over to the Senate. We need to get this across the finish line.
Anything else from the session that really sticks out to you that you want our viewers to know today?
Two of the biggest economic wins in state history. We've got a company called Enel that's coming to Oklahoma, which is going to be 1,500 jobs. It's a manufacturing facility. We're really close. We appropriated some money to do some site prep work for another 3,500 jobs coming to Oklahoma. And remember, when you have a manufacturing facility that is going to put 3,500 direct jobs or 1,500 direct jobs, then that multiplier effect, that's like 20,000 jobs when you think about all the supply chain that has to feed into that company. So we're just doing amazing right now in Oklahoma and really proud of the session that we did. We spent a little bit too much money in the budget. That's why I didn't sign it, because I believe in smaller government, lower taxes, and I'm fighting for Oklahomans to get that tax cut done.
Let's move to the border now.
Yeah.
The Biden administration, since the expiration of Title 42, has come out and said that the numbers are actually going down. We are still. You've announced that you want to send National Guard troops down to the border. So how do you reconcile if the numbers are going down? Why still send the troops? What was your thinking here?
Yeah. So I was down in Austin and met with Governor Abbott, and the reason they're going down is because Texas National Guard and Republican governors across the country are sending troops to the border and literally moving ahead of where the border security is and keeping people from entering the United States. One simple change that needs to happen that was a Trump policy is it's a Remain in Mexico policy. We're not against legal immigration. Matter of fact, I'm trying to be the voice of legal immigration. We need to have a good policy on immigration, but we have to have strong borders. That's where the fentanyl's coming in. Did you know in Oklahoma, fentanyl deaths have increased 735%, and it's all flowing through the southern border. So myself, with Abbott, it is a national crisis. The Biden administration is not doing their job, and so Republican governors are joining in with Abbott, and we're rotating through, and so I've agreed to send 100 troops down there to help them on that border wall, because when you hear what's happening, they're literally cutting through and letting people in. It is just, it's devastating. And the Border Patrol people, it's coming from the higher ups. And I don't understand what their thinking is there to having an unsecure border. Everybody knows it should not be a political issue. Let's secure our borders and let's work on a legal immigration policy.
Last question. We're looking ahead to 2024 already. Hard to believe. Time is flying. Ron DeSantis will be in Tulsa this Saturday. Do you plan to attend?
I do plan to attend. I will greet him and any presidential candidate. And that just shows you Oklahoma is getting on the map. Oklahoma is a top 10 state, and now we have a presidential candidate coming to Oklahoma this early. It's amazing. So I talked to Governor Burgum yesterday. He's announcing. Chris Christie texted me yesterday as well. So it's really exciting. I'm inviting them all to Oklahoma, saying, hey, you guys need to make a trip to Oklahoma. So I will welcome everybody that comes to our great state.
Governor Stitt, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. We covered a lot of ground, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan, let's send it on over to you.